the Lakers don't have a lot of options here to make this at least a contender for a title outside of this Kyrie Irving situation, particularly if he comes at the $6.5 million or whatever the taxpayer mid-level is. So, Brian, outside of Kyrie and KD, what other offseason storyline will you be watching closely?
Well, I'm watching the Lakers because I'm looking to figure out how they're going to improve this roster, how they're going to deal with the Russell Westbrook situation. By the way, if Kyrie signs that mid-level exception, what are they going to do with Russ? Stay tuned on that sucker. But also, we have a LeBron James contract extension situation. Now, it's not something that has to be decided or dealt with now. He can't even extend until the first week of August, so we have a month. But is LeBron going to extend his contract with the Lakers? If they got Kyrie Irving, I think there's a good chance that he will. If they don't, I don't know what he's going to do. So, as usual, I think the Lakers are at the top of the list. I'm fascinated to see what they're going to do with their limited options in this offseason. And they are looking right now. They're kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting for something to develop, but they are as interested parties as you could possibly be. If you're a Laker fan, you are pacing in front of your phone and your TV waiting for news on Kyrie Irving because it could affect the way the entire next season goes.
I think Wendy is right. The Lakers are always in the offseason, no matter what the crazy headlines are the must-watch team to see what happens, so I agree with there. But an individual player, and I'll keep it short and sweet, Brad Beal. Is he going to opt out and then is he going to sign that extension, that max contract that, everyone's talking about? Obviously this guy has been committed, similar to Dame Lillard, on bringing a winner to D.C. Although management has made some improvements, they haven't made drastic improvements. And this guy is in the prime of his career right now and, waiting for that opportunity. So is he going to test the waters? Is he going to take this money and stay in D.C. in hopes that they can put something around him? Will he just stay there and be handsomely paid and be loved by the city of D.C. and kind of ride off into the sunset? So to me, that's interesting because, like I said, I'd love to see him put himself in a position where he can actually contend for a title.
Well, I have two. One of them, obviously the Lakers for sure are at the top, as Brian said, and you agreed with, Matt. But with the Beal situation, we've been talking about Bradley Beal potentially moving since like 2018. So we're like on 4 years of is Bradley Beal going to stay in D.C. or move? And look, based on the way things are going now, where we're talking about Kevin Durant with 4 years left on his deal and Ben Simmons moved with 4 years left on his deal, just because he signs the Supermax doesn't guarantee anything, I think, at this point about his stability in Washington, unless Bradley Beal wants to make sure that he tells us that he's going to be in Washington for the rest of his career. So I am curious to see what happens there because I think that Bradley Beal could be an integral part to a championship team. Whether that's in D.C. or not, we'll have to see. The other part of the equation is I want to see what Donovan Mitchell does somewhere. I want to see if Utah can't figure this out, what are they going to do between Gobert and Mitchell? Are they going to figure that out? Is one of them gone? Are both of them gone? Are they going to have to rebuild? What the situation in Utah, to me, is interesting, particularly with Donovan Mitchell, because I feel like Donovan Mitchell has to carry the entire weight of the offense in Utah, whereas if he goes to another contender type, that may not be the case. So all the stuff that maybe the shortcomings, let's call them, that people have about Donovan Mitchell won't be as magnified potentially because he won't have as big a burden on the offensive end. I'd like to see if that ends up materializing somewhere.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.